Hey everybody, welcome to the Fabul Gauntlet bracket stage. I'm your host, Rivers McCowan, joined today by Imperial Dragon. Say hello, Imperial.
Hello, guys.
We've got for you today the 16 seed Wewbear, Highway to the Zima Zone top 4 seed versus a very respected community member who I believe also made top 16 in the original Highway to the Zima Zone. So, two really good runners. This looks to be a pretty even match. Imperial, what are you looking forward to tonight?
I'm just hoping that we get something difficult because I like seeing that.
Well, these flags definitely up the difficulty if you happen to be watching a lot of our Swiss stage. A lot of the easy things have been taken away from our runners. They only have 7 distinct characters. They have T Pro, S Pro, and things sell for a quarter of their original price. So, not a lot of good shopping able to be done, and a lot more reliance on a set of characters that you're given rather than just thinking ahead and Fusa here, Cecil here, so I should do ordeals right away.
And no duplicates.
That's right, no duplicates, no roses for anybody tonight. So we do have a Rosa Start. Rosa Start is one of my favorites on this flag set. Rosa has a lot of utility as far as bows and arrows being plentiful, and aim being a pretty good command as well. And we are off. We've got a Sid. Second thing, here we got a guard giving us a crystal ring. Okay, so no key item off the bat.
But hey, Sid Start's not terrible either. He definitely has hit points.
Yeah, Sid is one of the characters that makes the early game pretty easy. As Imperial said, a lot of hit points. The not the Earth Hammer, the basic hammer will do 200 to 250 damage usually. So not a terribly tough early game situation for either of our racers. Let's see objectives though. I caught D-Mist, Ordeals, Mylon Z. So we got 2 boss hunts, the Sealed Cave, which is the Luke key. Get a second Sid. Okay, so 1 character hunt. Oh, kind of a flag set, kind of a draw here that kind of lends to checking a lot of boss spots early. And obviously Ordeals will be... We see an Edward and Baron in by the Fool Gauntlet, so that Edward might be blocked off for a little bit.
Yeah.
Not actually a impossible thing with the Sid, just a very long fight that I'm not sure runners are going to want to do if they have a choice.
Yeah, I hate doing the football gauntlet in the current flag set with the newer version instead of the normal one.
But we do draw a Boreas out of a chest here in Baron, so both our runners picked that up, it looked like. I think I saw an Archer Bow as well. That's an upgrade for Rosa. A Big Bomb in the bushes as well. So pretty good start for our runners as far as early game attack items.
And Cure 2's in the shop.
Bigdunka checking the D-Mist cave right away, seeing just the elements and resetting out of that. It looks like Wewbear is heading to Damsian, doing some very standard looting. The treasure flag settings a little bit here, but just because they've changed doesn't mean that if you play the numbers game, you're not going to get anything good out of both Baron and Damsian, and Wewbear kind of playing the chest odds there. But we have seen already in this tournament some runners go to places like Watery Pass or Eblan Castle to get some things.
Well, with the lower sell prices on stuff, it does sometimes kind of pay off to loot more just because at least then you get more volume to sell.
Bigdunka finding mute arrows in the mist weapon. That is actually a pretty big find. That's one of the best arrows you can have in the game, and there are a lot of things, a lot of bosses in this game that actually have a weak to those mute arrows.
Yeah, that is definitely one of the better items to find in the weapon shops.
Dunka going to Troya Castle now as well. Dunka having a very loot-heavy early game, it looks like. And we see Dr. Luggage taking a shower on the waterfall. Wewbear resets right out of that, so we know that D-Mist is not in a super easy location.
And Dunka just got a silk web out of one of the chests. So not bad there.
Ooh, poison axe on the left on Antlion Cave there. So that's not exactly the best weapon Sid can have at all times, but it's be pretty good and very high attack, especially early game where you have Sid in the middle most of the time. So that should help both our runners immensely. So far, kind of a generous seed, and I do hate to see it.
Same here.
Oh, Dunka passed up the unicorns. The whole Penguinator crew is going to get very upset with him on that one.
But hey, the Thor Rages will definitely come in handy if Kanazo is found.
Yeah, though the Thor Rages are guaranteed in the early game, just in case that little scenario comes up.
Yeah, but there's been times where it's taken me quite a bit of shopping to find them.
Looks like Wewbear is about to come down and see the Antlion boss. That'll be a big wall.
Shouldn't really be a problem in this spot with the party.
Not sure if Wu remembered to back row glitch or not here. The damage numbers are not very high, and he is in the back. But either way, this is a great spot to find Wall, who in high speed locations is really annoying.
And a magma key.
Well, that'll make things easy.
Yeah.
So that is access to the underground. And as Antlion first, you can at least make sure that you're only double dipping for Bull. So Wewbear about to land here and check the character on Haas. Like in the Swiss round, it's not guaranteed that this is actually a character that you need or can get. So it does kind of become a matter of preference if you want to fight this or not.
Yeah. Well, it's Water Hag, but
Resets out.
yeah.
I honestly probably would have taken that fight just because it's flat, roughly 5,000 experience for free, but can't argue with the decision. And I would be a pretty aggressive player, so not incredibly surprising.
And it looks like Bigdunka is going to go for the Water Hag.
Yeah, this fight is entirely free if you're able to hit them. And in this location, Water Hag doesn't do enough damage to make it something that's going to stop. So you are good to go there. Wewbear heading up to Ordeals. Heading up to Ordeals on that. That's an interesting play given what we know about the seed currently. Except for the fact that it's a required objective.
Antlion.
So Antlion here, this isn't going to be the fastest fight, but he should be. It's really the second spot of Ordeal that is a little tougher for a two-person party. But then again, given what we know about the seed so far, you know, we have no guarantee that we're going to get a third character outside of Edward and Baron Inn that's going to take a long time to get. So, still a pretty defensive decision, I feel like.
Well, also the fact that it's actually going to be required at some point. But it could be put off a little while.
Yeah, really, it's one of those things where kind of your aggression and how you want to play the seed sometimes comes into odds with how good your party is currently. It's probably one of the best things about this round in my is trying to see how runners discern which way they want to go with that.
And Antlion's down. Not really surprising, he wasn't countering for very much.
Yeah, that's also a spot where physical attacks are very low as well. So, Crystal Ring on the Sid. Okay. Well, he definitely has got the defense here. Question is how fast it's going to be. Oh, look, it's pretty free.
Yeah, this is actually a boss that I don't really mind seeing in this spot.
I'm actually a little surprised that we didn't see the Big Bomb or the Boreas come out here. I guess doing this fight for experience by going for the officer instead, but if you just throw that Big Bomb, this fight's over already, I think. Poisoning that poor officer. All he's doing is trying to lead his command. Come on. That's just rude.
Very rude.
And then turning him into stone. What a country. We do have life potions at Fabul, so that is good for Dunka. Seeing those early will make it so he doesn't feel obligated to chase some really interesting situations where runners have put themselves in with life potions.
And it looks like we're gonna see what's up for the boss for defending Fabul.
Well, that is a hook on ordeals and a free another free here. So that is another
Miss
character.
Dragon.
But we've also got Miss Dragon at Fabul. So you made another potential key item spot unlocked. Miss Dragon might get to Mist given these rolls, maybe? It's going to be pretty close. Hey, nice job, Dunka. So light up that 5 for Wewbear. Light up that 1 for Bigdunka. We are one objective apiece.
And a twin harp.
The chat will be to see that one. I don't think either runner wants to go there right away. But I'm also kind of surprised that Bigdunka rushed Fabul right away without going underground at all. So who knows? He may be playing this seed in an entirely different manner. 1D encourages you to metagame a lot, so that could be a thing. Wewbear going right for that hook. There is a character spot here, as pointed out in the chat. So it's a logical check at this point, knowing that we otherwise only have Sid and Rosa, and that Edward just hanging there.
And while Edward is a character, not always the most useful one.
Well, Edward actually does have a lot of uses in this flag set, I'll say. There are some very dire situations where I'd be very happy to have Edward. But I think the main sticking point there is you have to go through that entire Fabul Gauntlet there, and then after that, there's another boss behind that who you don't know about at all. So it could be something entirely nasty. I totally can see why both of our runners would avoid that right away.
Yep. I've never really been that good at Eddie strats, I will admit. About the best thing I've used him for generally is stuff like getting through Pain Man.
It's actually not too hard to do them if you're doing at battle speed 3. But otherwise, yeah, it's just about the tediousness of the fight itself and not being able to drop an input, really. See Wewbear after reset there. Did run into the chest fight. So good news, bad news is you're looting freely now for the rest of the dungeon. Bad news is he lost probably 25, 30 seconds to that reset. Bigdunka following Wewbear's footsteps will probably have a objective number 5 lit up pretty soon himself. Another attempt to just go for the experience here by the gentleman in the back.
Oh, and another Sid.
Well, that is required. So we now know 3 of the 5 locations for our objectives already, 17 minutes in or whatever. Dathus, why?
Yeah, this is feeling like it may be a fast one, unless the other two are hiding really well. Oh, looks like Dunka missed out on the XP from the officer.
Honestly, not a huge deal at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, he did do he did do the water hag fight instead of that Wewbear skipped out on, so he does have that extra experience on him.
Yeah, probably makes, or actually, it should more than make up for it, I think.
So I'm curious if perhaps normally you would do something else first, but in this case, he is becoming a thing. Seeing that Sid there, and I'm wondering if anybody's going to try to chance Dwarf Castle for that risk reward proposition.
It can pay off, but sometimes the Dwarf Castle can be also a little bit dangerous.
A lot of times in these scenes, actually. I can't remember many times the Dwarf Castle, like I'm just thrilled with what I see there. All right, so we do have Bigdunka lighting up objective number 5 here on Ordeals. Temporarily tying it up. And with an Antlion Cave Magma Key, Wewbear looks like he will be the first one underground at roughly 19 minutes. We are getting a timer check here, so perhaps a job dwarf check for everybody. Let's see if Wewbear will be a man of the people.
Oh, I think I just saw cabins. Sometimes they click through things so fast on these.
Yeah, that is kind of our job, yeah. But no, you were right. You did see cabins and a sylph in here as well. So maybe something our runners come back if Rydia is maybe the Dwarf Castle character, or coming out of that Mist Dragon chain or something. Getting the mute bell. Parking enforcement officer.
There's so many options for that.
I have bad experiences with parking enforcement officers, so I'm going to hold my tongue. But we have Wewbear diving into the Fey March. Bigdunka about to get objective number 2 done and lit up. Picking up his Sid. As Chad pointed out earlier, that is a Leviathan there. Though we pretty much have no reason to do that at all right now, right? A little Mylon Z could be a King Queen.
Yeah. And coffin in the chests in Feymarch.
Value. Get some illusions in here, so maybe that's something that we'll be interested in. That is a good weapon for Cecil, though we don't know if there's a Cecil in the seat or not right now. I don't believe either of our characters Kaipo yet either. So that's another spot that we're not sure about.
Yeah. Hard to tell where the other characters are hiding.
That is Dark Elf and Kainatsu at the King Queen spots. Dark Elf, honestly, kind of a pushover, but not with this party because it's only 2 deep. Kaito, kind of scary at that spot. Not the worst place he can be, but a little fast and a little intimidating.
Yeah, I don't really like him at that spot, but it's still preferable to a couple other places.
So Wu quickly looting and probably going to be out of here in a hurry. Dunka thoroughly the Avalon Cave here. About to run into that trap chest if he doesn't watch out. Oh, he already did? Okay, I missed it. Yeah, so good stuff there. Dunka looting the rest of the cave. Both of our runners pretty well set on money at this point after thorough loots. Wewbear heading to Sylph, so he will probably take the Sheila check and go right to Fabul, see his Mist Dragon, and we'll be tied up on objectives pretty shortly.
Oh, looks like Bigdunka's going to check the Mist Dragon. Or, well, Rydia's mother for the Mist Dragon key item.
And was there value in that Mist Dragon? We've got a Dragoon helmet.
Not really as much value as I'd like to see, though it could come in handy.
So our runner is actually doing pretty much in the same spot here at this point. The only difference is Bigdunka has Bigdunka is actually going to take that Twin Harp right in the cave here, so we will get some Muzak. But I was gonna say Big Dunka doing Fabul before checking Sheila, so he will be behind there. Got to imagine 25 minutes in almost, only 2 characters probably feels a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I feel nervous enough when I have 3 at this point. 2?
That Bacchus wine find though by Bigdunka in the Dark Elf Cave could prove useful for this fight. I'm not sure what his levels are. I think he ended Ordeals a little bit short of Berserk, so he might want that Berserk for this fight alone, because it could be dangerous. Oh, another Bacchus. Wow. Dunka rewarded for the heavy looting here. And yeah, his Rosa is 2 levels shy of Berserk still. So might need one of them to bail him out here. Let's see what's there at the Dark Elf Cave. Imperial, are you a big fan of talking over the music? Like, should we do that?
I actually prefer letting the audience have a chance to hear it.
But then the audience likes you, and you want that, really? Okay, I guess. Do believe we have FF2 Japan playing over FF2 US here. It's Fabul. It's lovely.
Oh,
Just who you want to see. I'll get that Bacchus going in a hurry, because that's the only chance he's got here. And just to pick up something said earlier that we were being very quiet about, Wewbear did pick up a Leviathan summon out of Shield 1, so not a lot of value there either. We doing Baron in? We are doing Baron in. Wow. A lot of value on that Edwards, that Edward here. We shall see.
definitely going to take a little bit of time, though.
Yeah, you're seeing Dunka here have to deal with having to cast heal, because there's the petrification is actually really dangerous at this point for his party.
Yeah. When it's 5 people, it's not bad, but when it's 2?
Oh, what a fortunate attack there by Obao. And that was Sid that could have really crimped things. So Bigdunka getting a little bit lucky in that spot. Seen pretty decent damage, but don't know how close we are yet. Oh man, Fabul is being incredibly kind here. Wow, I've seen so many So many times Sid down to single-digit HP, just, and Valvolus is like, "Hey, I'll just hit Rosa, sure."
It's being very, very generous.
Even Dathus's tough boss fights turn out pretty easy in the seed. So nice job by Dunka to survive that with a little bit of luck, and gets rewarded with a pan.
That's a nice find.
That is 2 more key item spots unlocked, and he will walk that at seal with no exit. Just what you love to see.
Sometimes you just have to take the long walk.
Meanwhile, Wewbear is doing a pretty good job getting through his gauntlet. As chat pointed out, having a lot of JP items helped a lot here. Really burned through a lot of the tough fights. And we see a Mylon Z, so that is required gauntlet. And a required word. We could be down to 1 key item for go mode in a hurry. Well, at least for the objective go mode. We still need to find a pass where the Dark Crystal will actually get to Zeramus.
True.
Love go mode when I have exactly 2 characters.
That honestly, I think, would be a little bit of a tricky Zeramus fight.
We got a Sand Ruby, so we are going to see that check out of Kaipo now, I bet. Could be, as pointed out in chat, could be an Eddie Strat situation. Could be an Eddie Strat situation here. Just to kind of, I guess, elucidate on that for runners, or sorry, for viewers who aren't used to Eddie Strats or the concept of Eddie Strats. Eddie Strats makes the Zeramus fight, but he hides from Big Bang and keeps reflecting spells back at Zeramus so that 2,000 HP at a time, Zeramus dies. Tense fight to do, but ooh, no help from that Sand Ruby. Very tense fight to do, and also kind of a painstaking endeavor for anybody.
Seriously, where are all the other characters? There should be 4 more that we haven't seen.
And every one of them could be enormous at this point, just given Sid's damage is pretty low. That can't do it all on her own. Well, I mean, she can, but it's just slow. And Eddie is Eddie. So nobody. Well, there's the Cursed Ring. So Wu's got to be happy to find that one. That is guaranteed in our shops. Cursed Ring will lower agility, so things a lot easier for anchoring some of our harder fights in the game. Kind of surprised that Dunka didn't just take that pan right there, but being very thorough about the Fey Marsh right now. Looks like in Dwarf Castle we got... Dogs do not know that it's not bacon. So this is actually a pretty... We are just having Edward. just having Rosa, and then, of course, our Sid, who at least has good defense, but even still, Vampire does a lot of damage as a magical attack, so those are going to be pretty slow. And yeah, as chat pointed out, this is the third time in 3 seeds rolled so far for the brackets that Bacon is in this exact spot.
Wow. That is interesting luck.
Vampire doing only 66. That is good news for Wu. Again, this isn't really a fight that we're worried about dying at this point. I think it's more about survival.
And
Almost
Bigdunka
explode
just
really does
got
a
a
lot.
Baron key in the self-K from
Well,
hitting Yang with the pan.
Well, that's pretty good for the where we are right here with our character situation. And I believe we know, and Dunka should know as well at this point because that is the Baron guards in the vanilla Bacon spot. So Dunka's gonna get a Leviathan, we know that much. But what will pan item 2 be?
Oh, Luca key.
That is required. Wow. So Dunka does not. This is interesting. So Dunka does not know that he's in go mode, of course, or because he doesn't. He has not gotten to fight Maiwan Z yet, but he does have everything in pre-order. And the thing that Wewbear needs, being behind Twin Harp, is probably pretty low on his radar right now. So that could be very interesting. And Dunka going right to Baron too. Wow. Dwarf Castle Holden, just another Sid for us, so we are still on 3 characters.
This seed is being mean.
Some decent stuff in that shop, but nothing that Dunka wanted. And the question will be, is he going to do Baron Castle first, or will he do Baron Inn? He is avoiding that Edward like the plague. Oh. I will say, as far as jet seeds go, this one is very interesting because of the situation we have created here.
I mean, technically, they're both one objective off of go mode, but they still need to actually be able to get to Zeramis.
Oh, my body. I mean, if you really do believe that that Eddie is not worth going through an entire Fabul Gauntlet to get, then I think that's kind of defensible if you're trying to fast, trying to take some risks on a 1v1. It's not working out for Bigdunka, we know that, but I do understand it a little bit. And Wewbear picking up at a Dwarf Castle. So even if the tower itself is something, impossible for this party, tower is a little bit of a freebie. And we've got a tiny Sid on Bigdunka screen. Wewbear going right to the tower with that tower key. And looks like we're going to do a chest opening mission. He does have a hammer, right? So it wouldn't be too bad. We got Dark Imps on the Baron Throne. That is triumvirate of power.
Not looking like they're hitting very hard on Rosa.
Oh, ran out of the Medusa arrows there. So no more turn to stone procs. And yeah, as chat pointed out, missed the life glitch, but because that enemy was turned to stone, you actually can't get the life glitch anyway. Because the stone status is different than typical death status.
I'd never actually tried it before myself, so I didn't realize that it doesn't work.
Yeah, that is a deep cut. I'll say that much. Okay, Dunka, what do you got here?
Ooh.
We've got a foo. Oh, baby. That is huge.
That is nice.
And that's potentially very bad for Wu, because if he gets to Twin Harp and gets Luca Key, he may never go in and get that foo.
Though, with a foo, that kind of does make Eddie a little bit less interesting to go after.
Eddie was never interesting to go after.
Okay. I'll go with that.
If you play like I'm expecting Dunka to, look, I don't expect a bunch of Dunka. I would understand him not being interested in that at all. We do get an Artemis bow out of Baron too, so that is your Rosa or Sid a big fighter.
Oh, is he going for the Odin spot?
At least gonna give it a look-see. Again, chat giving Dunka heck for this, but I totally understand. It's not a play that I would make normally, but if it's one you fading this saves a lot of time, I get it. That is a CPU and an instant reset. That was no thanks.
Yeah, can't blame him.
So Dunka leaving Baron behind. Where will we go now? Teckendorf Castle. Totally understandable. Free characters. Won't pay off at all, but we'll get a tower key for his troubles.
Wonder how long they're gonna be chasing rabbit holes. Though admittedly, the rabbit hole could lead to, or will probably end up leading to actually getting to the moon, either through the Dark Crystal or the path.
Well, it could be at the Luca key right now, too. That's another thing. Like, if it's Luca to Darkness or Pass, then We already have everything we need. We don't need to touch the moon. Defense sword for Wewbear. I haven't been seeing all his loot, but that I think is probably the most impressive thing. Fey March bosses were Kenatsu and Dark Elf being the king. Alright, finally let's see what's at the top of this tower. And Wewbear has run up here to see a star. Shiny, shiny star.
So many possibilities for that star right now.
Yeah, have we seen any of them yet?
I don't think so. And yeah, chat just called it.
Go, Steve! Yo, Random Mania, thanks so much for the raid. Welcome to a character-driven scavenger hunt seed. And that is a walk of shame for Wewbear, avoiding that wyvern now, running far, far away from it, hoping to get some value out of that tower key.
Yeah, wyvern can be a bit tricky in some spots.
No, I think any boss that can just toss out, 99999 at you. Easy boss. Free fight, really.
Well, if you can get the Star Veil off fast enough, it's not bad. It's just whether or not you can get a Star Veil off.
Yeah, going up tower was definitely a risky play. Unfortunately, it did not pay off. Does get a rat tail out of the tower key, though. So, still some... Dunka, meanwhile, trashing that Bagan. See the wrong mile on here. And Wewbear headed to Twin Harp.
Yeah, this is not quite looking so good for Bigdunka with what we know.
Alright, so Dunka picking up his tower key now. We're about to get another render. So we've already heard it once. That means that we can talk over it the second time, right?
Chat, what do you think?
I guess we should be nice to our Randomania raiders. I think Dunka might be about to get Wyvern too.
Probably.
Not necessarily a good thing for him winning the race.
No, it's not.
We can't shout over the music. We've been banned by the chat. So anyway, Val's Wewbear as well. Though having Blink is a more advantageous position. And Fu survives the Mega Nuke. Oh baby, here we go.
Ooh. Let's see how this one. Or reset out.
Let's ignore that this happened.
Guess so.
Has a cursed ring. Okay. Okay. Spicy.
Oh.
Love to see
So
the
he's trying
three-character. Love to see the three-character wyverns up. Wewbear survives with 3 HP and 5 HP. Had a grand total of 8 HP more than he needed. And will be rewarded with that pan. And nothing changed for Dunka at all, actually. Still only Fu made it up. This is a doable fight. It is going to take a while, though. And Fu does not appear to have any... And yeah, you see the quick reset out of there.
Yeah, I was wondering if he'd seen something that I hadn't in Fu's spells, but apparently not.
Are we going back again? Man, this is some stubborn wyverning. So Wu will turn in the pan. We're going to see the Baron key out of that, as well as the Luca key at Sheila 2, which will be his Go mode, or as much as Go mode can be without an actual Darkness Crystal War pass. He'll have all the objectives completed, or completable. Also worth noting, Wewbear does have a rat tail that he has not turned in yet at all. Pretty curious.
Well, it looks like he's heading there now.
Yep.
And a legend sword.
So not a huge deal, but another key item at least. So we've got food doing viruses here. We've got the Artemis bow trying to chew through some of that Wyvern HP. This is a very tough fight, honestly.
It's an interesting choice taking this or going for this one.
Yeah, what do you think about it?
Personally, though, I would have not kept going after Wyvern this long. I would have gone out. It's just a little bit too much for the party that he has in my eyes.
I think sometimes when you have a fight like this in a seed and you actually just don't know if you can do it or not. Like this dangerous thing that can happen to you.
You get determined you will do this fight, and then you tunnel vision for the next 10 minutes.
And we've got Wewbear heading to Baron. Oh, has Luca Key and 10 key items. Very interesting. Must be very concerned about this party.
Yeah, the way that his party is right now, it sort of screams door grind, but once the foo comes into play, there's a lot more options if they find the darkness crystal.
Yeah, and Darkness Crystal could also be another character as well. And this not going well. Just kind of painful to watch when you see somebody just trying so hard in a situation where you know that it's going to be very difficult for them. Oh, surviving that one. Nice. So still alive, at least. I think it's fair to say that Dunka has been rather blessed with the damage rolls on these fights so far.
Yeah.
Well, there's a foo down. Yeah, Wu did either throw a meatball or got a mute off. I couldn't tell which one. So that guard fight will be free. And there is your Dunka reset number 3.
And it looks like he's making the safer call and heading back out.
Yeah. I say this jokingly a lot, but earnestly, you do hate to see this.
Yeah.
It would be pretty funny though if we did this Bahamut unlock nuke, and then you're like, "Well, do I go back up there?" I think we only saw Meteor and White. Yeah. That's too bad.
Well, Meteor, it's nice, but it takes so long to cast.
Yeah, Meteo is a spell that doesn't get a lot of play in the randomizer, even though it's kind of big in, I guess you would call it greater FF lore in general, because Tella gets it on the mountain and then, part of the story and whatnot. But as far as a randomizer only thing, it's got some pretty specialized uses, but generally, as you're saying, a little bit too slow to be effective. So Wewbear getting his foo, he will be happy to see that.
Kind of curious to see where they go next.
So Dunka did pick up the rat tail. Now going to check that Luga key for the first time. So we will see what is here. Yeah, it is. It is conceivable, chat, that that Wyvern holds our Darkness Crystal or pass. So could still be a thing.
But there still is the possibility of the other one, so... Seriously though, Dunka, you need to visit Baron Inn.
So Wu checking the Baron basement here. Gonna see that CPU in a better position than, or sorry, Wu was gonna do that in a position than Dunka was when he came there the first time, but probably still not gonna want to spend time dealing with CPU.
Oh, Darkness Crystal.
Oh, well, that's important, isn't it?
Yep.
Ooh, that's actually kind of a nasty fight to get here, too. The no Cecil karate fight.
Yeah, and with what we know now, this really doesn't look good. Well, for Dunka at least. Looking good for Wewbear.
Yeah, fading Baron in, again, I think totally a defensible decision if you're playing 1v1 and want to avoid time sinks. Unfortunately, really going to bite him here if he doesn't come back to it in a hurry. We still haven't seen a Darkness character, remember, so that could be a swing point. We also kind of want to see how the grinding is going to go with this. If somebody's going to try an Eddie strat or not. So Wewbear has a lot of options on the table at this point, and kind of going to be up to him to see where he goes. Is how long the seed's going to end up taking. Yeah, D Machine definitely the, I guess probably the sure thing at this point. As the chat pointing out. Also, honestly, could just go to Darkness Crystal, or sorry, go to Giant and hope that the bosses there are weak. Like that's
Yeah,
not a bad play either.
Yeah, those bosses can give decent XP.
And you do got Fu, so that helps. Duncan doing a second walk of shame out of here. Remembering halfway through. Oh wait, I have warp.
I've done that a few times.
So I'm assuming we're going to see that that moon raised quickly. We got Wewbear throwing up number 4 on the board in go mode officially. Oh, Dunka's checking Rat Tail next. So he does have 10 key items as well now.
And it looks like Dunka's going to the moon. It's always hard to watch when we know exactly what they need to do and they're going out of their way every single time to doing it.
Now, I will say, kind of watching some of Dunka's races earlier, he does seem to be more about clearing overworld, underworld first. He might come back there, but man, if he doesn't, we're going to be here a while. We got to start coming up with some something else to talk about, Imperial.
And we get to see what the moon character is. Atella.
You have old men at this point, huh?
Old men and a Rosa.
Bigdunka going to Cave Bahamut. I'm told there's always value here, though in this case the value might be a little bit less than star. At
Ooh,
least it's
that's
not
a
Wyvern.
star. True. Oh, plague. That's...
Bloop, 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 bloop.
Oh, he looks like he's going down into the moon.
This is the dive, folks.
And Wewbear is going to the giant.
Well, that'll get those levels up in a hurry. Kind of curious what kind of Zeramis fight he wants to have with this party. Not a lot of physical damage at all, so it could just be a pure Reflex Strats fight.
Honestly, with this setup, that's probably where I would go.
We got some dolls on the moon. Could also look for a character behind here, though. This once you get the character, you're probably not leveling anymore. So, but
True.
in theory, on the table. And Dunka just having a rough time here. Quake does not kill those counters, and we may be about to see a big doll. Oh, he's got
so
Berserk.
close.
Ooh, yeah. That is a big doll. Checking the boss, we have another star. That was a quick exit.
Yeah. D-Machine Grind it is.
So you have the Artemis bow to work with. I'm not sure if Wu ever picked up any big weapon for Sid.
Not sure either.
But otherwise, I mean, hey, good news though. We could so if you ever wanted to see Edward at I don't know, 2,000 HP, could happen today. Dunka diving further into the depths here. We are getting a run back of that cow. This time with the Fu not having no MP, so can do multiple quakes. Probably safer, honestly, and funny enough to bring it up now to just throw the meteor out there, but we'll see.
And no big doll this time.
All right, let's see what kind of value we get here for Dunka. We got
Earth Crystal.
Characters. Hey. Don't hate it.
Yeah. Characters, and seeing as Dunka doesn't know where Mylan Z is, that's also 2 boss spots. Admittedly, we know it's not there, but...
We're diving further down. I wonder if we're diving to save or if we're diving to continue fighting at this point. Meanwhile, that Wewbear D-Machine fight continuing. Kind of hard to talk about this in an interesting way because it's a grind or go it's kind of boring, but basically weak attack, 5 potions all over. This is what we do in the vanilla speedrun of Final Fantasy IV to get experience.
I admit, for the longest time, I was not able to do the D machines properly. I finally learned it in time for the Fabul Gauntlet.
Yeah, it's definitely not intuitive, I'll put it that way. But once you learn the basics of it, it's pretty easy. We've got a hiding Edward here. Looks like he's ready to finish the fight though, so that's good at least. Meanwhile, Bigdunka falling down that rabbit hole to find a Rubicant and reset immediately. We've got a 52. We got a level 57 Edward here, I think. And yeah, it didn't need to be a long D machine because we had 10 key items already. 1678, sorry. Couldn't get quite to 2000 for you, chat, but we do have a pretty hype Eddie as far as those things go. Bigdunka finding the quick reset game here, making sure that Bylon Z isn't around, looks like. And I mean, at this point, he pretty much knows the only package that can give him other bosses. So if it's not here and it's not on Giant, then what else can he do? May I just say that Empty Eyes, through dedication and passion to his Gilbert meme, is inspiring. That's a Golbez. Bring out your yee ha ha ha's, and Dunka is out of the moon. So Wewbear at 117.20 on his way down to Zeramus. Team itself got a Rose of White, got a Fu with Nuke, got Edward who can do things, and you got Sid. Then the Tele Anchor.
Got a Tella that can go take a nap in the middle of the group, in all honesty, and still do his job.
Yeah, I think check out a spec take or whatever to get Duncan back in this race. Don't think it's a low number, unfortunately. I mean, just how badly he faded that in just burned him. And if you take a gamble like that and you're wrong, really not a lot you could do about it, unfortunately.
And the thing is, at this point, and it might take a little time, but it wouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, it's all about committing to the gambles at this point, and how much you want to stick to them, and that's what we got with Dunka. Committed to his gamble. We've got Asura hanging out at the top of Tower Zot. Should not be a tough fight for this party, especially with those mute arrows that Dunka found earlier. If those are
and having the ability to put walls directly on her.
So Imperial, there's a question that tends to be asked on these streams when we're getting to the final boss. A lot of people like to give it a lot of build-up and talk about why we don't put Zeramis here and blah, 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 blah. But all I want to know is who is Butt?
Whose butt are we gonna kick tonight? And the Z flags are out.
Do you think this will be the time, after calling for it for literally hundreds of matches at this point in a row, they will finally have Ultras for Natara?
Don't know. The pool is very, very big.
We've got a Pelham at the top of the tower. That's a character. A little bit too late at this point, unfortunately, but that is a character. And looks like we're getting some pure reflex strat set up to start here.
I'm actually not sure where this one is from.
I'm going to be honest, I don't know where it's from, but those are some impressive pants.
Very true.
I could not pull those off.
Apparently chat says it's from Bleach anime.
Also, they would cover my socks, so I would never try. Do we have any Cure 3s? Or is Wu getting into a little bit of trouble here? Okay, his Cure 4 got before that shake. That's not too bad. So, we've got what? Nuke, White. White look to be doing a pretty low damage total there. I'm not sure if got the Artie bow equipped here or something, or just no good stat sticks at all. But that was a pretty low roll. Edward contributing. 438. Big roll.
He's trying!
That Baron in is a toast. Checking on the package. Found the Rydia. That's definitely another character. And have you ever seen Dancers Burn Down a Town? Because
No,
here we
I
go.
haven't. Well, have seen it now.
Would you say that you love to see it?
It's an interesting thing to see.
Yes, it is randomized, clearly, because Rydia is an adult now. Clearly. Come on. Okay, Black Hole coming off. Wewbear can successfully heal. Not really in a great magical spot though. Let's see, we've got.
Yeah.
We're trying to psych things away. Do we have no potions either? This could be kind of a problem. $48 MP. Oh baby. Not sure how close we actually are to 61k damage though.
And no, Bigdunka still hasn't checked the Baron in. For the person asking in chat.
I would consider it pretty likely that we'll see a rage forfeit if if Wewbear can finish this fight. Are we checking King Queen spot now? That's what we might be doing. And that nuke falls on a dead Tella, does not count. That Star Veil is problematic. Oh, sniped the Rosa. Uh-oh.
This does not really look so good.
Now, luckily, not a lot being done on Dunka's side to advance him any closer to winning, so that's good news. But kind of a dicey situation in this fight right now.
Yeah, that just feels like very shaky ground for a Zeramus fight.
Well, the problem is just that there's not a whole lot of MP on this party. So
Yeah.
we're getting close here. We're getting close, but I don't know if we're there yet. That might not help very much. That black hole. We out of Star Veils. No, we have 7. Okay. But, down.
Where's Bigdunka going? Looks like he may be hitting the Baron in finally.
The Baron in is important now. That looks like a wipe for Wewbear. Yep. Crunch. So important to note that Dunka's levels still probably aren't anywhere near ready. Though if he does happen to get them up in a hurry, that Palom is going to do a lot more damage than the potential that Fu and Rosa have in the way this party is set up right now.
Yeah, it's just... It's a matter of whether Wu can manage to get the fight to actually go his way before Dunka manages to pull things together.
These flags definitely contest how interested you are in a tight Zeramus fight. And when you're up against the clock like Wu probably feels at this point, after taking that wipe, after, being 3 characters in for so long, wiping a Wyvern once, like, it's one of those things where you're trying to weigh how comfortable you are versus how fast you can go, and yeah, this is an iffy setup. So, Imperial, whose butt do you think we're gonna kick tonight?
I'm going to say, seeing as we already saw it earlier, Isinus.
Well, let's see. Let's see if you're right. Wow. Imperial, congratulations, being the first commentator in the history of Organized Free Enterprise to nail a boss sprite. I can't believe it. I mean, 400 plus sprites. Feel like it should have happened before, but here we are. Dunka's seeing the news now.
And in Dunka's place, I would be really scared.
I would be very tilted if I was Dunka. That's what I would be.
Well, that too, but...
So this time we did see the crystal ring get put on Fu for extras. And we also saw Wewbear putting on Rosa the wizard robe, which would give her a little bit more magic power on those whites. So hopefully it's enough this time.
And finally, Woo is... Or not Woo, Bigdunka's in go mode. Woo's been in go mode for quite some time. Sometimes I just have trouble actually talking, right?
Okay. You nailed the sprite. That's what you're here for, right? It's all we can ask for.
Fortunately, Tella does not have to be alive for the agility anchor to work.
Fortunately, because he's going to be dead.
Actually, most of the time, if I use Tella for an agility anchor, he is dead.
The important thing is he enjoyed his life. So where is Dunka going now? Well, we've got more problems here on Wewbear's side. More poverty battles.
But I'm kind of curious what Dunka's plan is. I don't think he's capable of doing Zeramis at this level.
Well, it is possible to solo Fu this fight. It's not fast. At this point, he might be thinking that's all the only he has. Also, just given how long it took him to see that mile on Z. Could be doing a Warlock grind. That's on the table.
Yeah, I've honestly never actually had to do the Warlock grind.
Well, what happens with the Warlock grind is that when you throw the mute bell out or throw a mute spell, they instantly become pretty pointless. They can do exactly none of their script. So that makes things pretty until there's only one of them left, at which point they will start attacking a little bit. But other than that, makes them a pretty pushover fight.
Oh, nice.
Could also just be planning to go down and fight some bosses here. He knows to be here anyway, so could fight the D-Lunar spot. Get, 400,000 experience. Oh, that white... that... Does get the Star Veil up on that black hole, so that is good at least. Oh, he knew it was DKC, that's right. He did know that, didn't he? Probably thinking he could survive that, but that DKC does put out some numbers, folks.
Yeah.
And again, it's very easy to be like, well, Wewbear, why are you trying so hard? This is a real struggle town, but this is kind of how this part of the tournament can go. You can't always get the great characters, and fortunately, Go Mode was kind of fast on the seed too. So, I mean, we didn't really see a lot in the way of big stat sticks and big boosts for Fu or Rosa. So, I mean, he's not able to go and throw out, well, like 10k damage or a spell here. This is kind of slow because of that.
Yeah.
So looks like we might get a nerf here on Wewbear's screen. Does get to keep everybody alive, so that is a plus. The downside is we have 5 Cure 2s and 1 Star Veil.
Yeah, that's not so good.
Oh no, we have 6 Star Veils. Look at that.
Rubicant's giving Dunka some trouble.
Yeah, this was a very rough moon. Just trying to remember who all was here. I know we saw Ruby. I know we saw DKC, the Plague. I know we saw Dolls and Golbez. So getting through that Ice 3 though. There you go. Gets the pass. Finally, we got the pass. Everybody's happy now. Just where you want to find the pass, at the very bottom of the moon. It's the last place you look for it.
Very true.
Yeah, Wewbear looks to be low on MP restoring items, looks to be low on curative items. Star Veil's in a dream right now. That's kind of where we're at. Yeah, it is really close, as Chad is pointing out. Like he is really close to winning, but just needs a little bit more.
They're definitely keeping this one interesting.
Someday you will see. So this could be enough experience to get Rosa leveled up to try, maybe? Does have Cure 4 in life too. For Dunka. Getting a spoon out of the deal too, so that helps nobody.
Very true.
Yeah, no white. Could do some berserk strats though, and throw in some food damage. Fu is alive. Fu is Gonna pick up one character. Oh boy. We're scrambling, folks. We're hiding Eddie. Do it. We've got Eddie in a dream.
And Dunka turned on encounters.
Rip. That is wipe number 2. And Bigdunka gaining ground all of a sudden. Has a Palom on the team as well. So that could make things a lot easier. Wu might need to switch up his strategy here to survive this fight, just given how few. Like nothing for Fu at all. I think it's all sight, right? So that is a tough situation to be in. It's been an interesting race if you're just joining us, because Wewbear kind of jumped out to a huge lead because Dunka didn't check Baron in for an hour or 10 or whatever. Suddenly Dunka did that, and then Wu got a little careless with this fight, made it a little bit tougher than it needed to be. Not really having the items to make it a cinch, and all of a sudden, Bigdunka isn't that far away.
Yeah. At this rate, it's going to probably be a pretty close one.
Well, Imperial, whose butt do you think we're going to kick tonight?
I'm going to go with Eisenmus again.
Wow. Doubling down. Maybe this will be the time for Ultros. Palom at 40. Turning the counters off. Kind of the maybe a little bit of lack of experience with grinding on this flag set coming to Bigdunka here. Might try to do fight down here. I actually forgot what this one is. I can't remember what the vanilla Ogo fight spot is. And Imperial's right again. You gotta hand it to her, folks. She knows her Z sprites. Dunka's going down.
He might be trying to take a risk and see what happens.
Well, this is spicy, folks. This is 2 low-level Zeramis fights happening on your screen. I think when you're in Dunka's shoes, you almost just want to nerf every Big Bang and pray that it works out. Like, there's not really a whole lot else you can do. He might have better item setup than Wewbear, though. I know he did check a lot more shops over time. You see 2 Ether 2s, so that's something for Fu. He's got a Bacchus for whoever wants to throw it on.
Let's see how this goes.
Imperial, whose butt do you think we're going to kick tonight? Oh, wait, we have one on screen already. And we've got two in the Z fight at the same time.
Let's see how this goes.
I think if I were playing the seed, if my opponent finished, I would immediately forfeit it. And I'm not one to forfeit things pretty easy, but just given what both these runners have been through, knowing 2 wipes for Wu on zero miss, that getting trolled by your own metagaming on Dunka, like that would really throw me off.
Admittedly, I'm not in this set of, or I'm not in at this point, but I would have probably continued, but I don't forfeit much.
That's true. When we played, you finished in like 3 hours, right? That was the time.
Yeah,
You kept at it.
Yeah, the only forfeits I've done, actually majority, or the only real forfeit that I've done was technical difficulties.
That's right. No nuke on Palom, no white on Ru. So this is Virus, Fu. It looks like he's not even berserking, so. The upside is that he does have those Ether 2s, and given how Wewbear has lost multiple fights at this point to not having enough MP, those do matter. And we are getting some extra virus damage at least, so, and that is a fast spell. All right, here comes the first Big Bang burrito. There's a Rosa down on Wewbear's side. Down goes Palom for Dunka.
And reset out.
That was a lesson learned. Dunka does have 2 Ether 2s, so if he can get back there... Oh, he's got the pass, so he is leaving. Okay, that makes sense. Where is he going, though? What do we get for the Dunka who has it all? Starting at the top, are we going to get more boss fights? Or are we going to try and grind on something different here? That's the real question.
Yeah, that's... I am trying to remember, and I'm having trouble remembering what else was on the moon.
Well, we know that Golbez is somewhere. Are we doing trap chests, maybe? Maybe we're trying to grind on trap chests. And I mean, checking these chests does make some sense too, because they are heavily incentivized in T-Pro. They do tend to have a lot of good items. So maybe you get lucky. Or maybe you run into like Red D, Blue D and get destroyed. That's possible too.
Yep. That's kind of a mean fight.
Another big bang coming for Wu. Gets the Rose of Survival, but Fu takes a nap. We've got a beard puddle. On the Warlock carry fight, that's actually a really nice one for his party.
Yeah, that's actually... I've messed with some of the chests up here before. That's actually one of the chests that I don't mind.
Gonna get a life glitch off that warlock too. The carries, when left alone, will actually use hug and retreat. So probably want to beat those pretty fast. Otherwise, somebody will get petrified. And we don't have a lot of physical attack here outside, so we're really praying for Sid here. Is what I'm saying. Sid or strategy or status effects. Hey, Woo fire out of there. GG. That's our time of 150.08. We'll see if we can get Woo in for the interview. And speaking of that, hey, we're joined by Wewbear. GG Wewbear.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello. Good run.
Thank you.
So was wiping on Zeramis twice like the strategy, or like how are you setting that one up?
I was aiming for 3 times going into it, but I kind of overcounted my damage on that last one and killed it by accident.
Yeah, that was really tight. We were kind of nervous for you the first time you tried it. The second time we were like, oh no, it's gonna happen again.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of showing us how valuable ether ones could be on this flag set.
Yeah, I usually I don't shop a ton, but I usually try and buy them if I see them, but I did not see them out of all the shops that I checked, which was a decent amount. Yeah, it was just unfortunate, and I was so close. I was 1 spell away on the first 2 deaths, so it was really sad.
So how did you feel about the start there with you got Sid, you got Rosa, and you're not gonna get another character for a long time.
Well, there's plenty of characters. They just all happen to be Sids for some reason.
Yeah, that was a very interesting start. I don't know if you've talked to Dunka, but fading Baron in really bit him hard on this flag set, unfortunately.
Yeah, he mentioned that. I mean, I could understand fading Gauntlet in that spot, but I was like, Eddie, 3rd character, I could get. I think I had a curse ring at that point, so I was like, sure. And I was real happy to see that Mylon Z back there.
Yeah, and then of course that Wyvern at the top of tower, that was pretty interesting too, huh?
Oh yeah, no, that was that was a quick reset. No thanks. And also Fey March, another quick reset. No thanks.
Yeah, that was kind of mean spot.
It's not too bad. It's just when you only have 2 characters, juggling life potions is not the easiest thing. Yeah.
Looks like we've got a pause on Dunkus. Maybe have an FF coming would be my guess. So Wewbear, you get to take on the winner of the Invenerable versus K match. Who are you pulling for?
I don't know. Invenerable is pretty scary, so I'd be okay with PK. But either way, I'm okay. I'm pretty happy it's a best of 1 if I am ending up going against Invenerable. I don't think I'd have a chance in a best of 3, but who knows when a best.
Well, we do know that you are capable of some pretty big gambles, and
I don't know where that started. I everyone's like, he's a gambler. I'm like, oh, cool. That's the first I like to think I do the efficient plays, but I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm good with gambling.
We are also now joined by Bigdunka. Bigdunka, GG. Sorry about that Baron in location.
Oh man. Yeah, GG guys.
We spent quite a bit of time going or hoping that you would turn around and go for the end.
I mean, that's just the worst. I mean, who wants to do that?
I do, apparently. I don't
And
know
apparently
why.
not you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was a point that made sense, like from a gambling perspective. If you're going to gamble on skipping something, skip on that whole gauntlet. But unfortunately, it really bit you there.
Oh, I thought you were implying that I was the gambler again, just really making it.
No. I only save that for the best memes, only the best, freshest memes, like how Imperial knows the Z Sprite.
Yeah, I think that would have gone. If I can't even tell you how fast that go mode would have been. Would have been probably sub-hour, and probably just go to Giant at that point and just do D grinds. But boy, that is just. Bleh.
Tell us a little bit about that wide top of tower, Bigdunka.
Oh God! Did you kill it, Wewbear?
No, I faded it immediately. As soon as I saw it, I was like, no, I'm good.
I hope it was a Cure 2.
See, at the time, I only had Rosa and Sid and dead Edward, so it was really not doable, I don't think.
Yeah, I had my Foo at that point. I got my Foo pretty early, actually. I followed the not underground route for the longest time and ended up getting the Foo. So yeah, I actually had a good team there. It just I could not race the nukes. It was so fun.
I was so happy to see that Foo. I was like, something, anything. It's not a Sid.
Sids. Yeah, there was another one in the tower or in Zod as well.
Well, sorry that had to end this way, Dunka. It was well gambled. The seed did not want to play nice with you.
Yeah, no, once the Wyvern debacle hit, I knew I was going to be in trouble. So I started making some suboptimal plays at that point, and I had to kind of go for it at the end there. And then it wasn't until I actually got there that I realized I didn't have white on Rosa, and I'm like, we'll give it a try, but there's just no.
Yeah, we were kind of speculating, and I mean, we thought you might be trying to fight the Ogo Spot boss, which neither of us could remember. But then you just turned to Zeramis, and we're like, well, I guess this is happening.
I had to go. I mean, at that point, I had to at least give it an effort. In my head, I thought I had white learned at that point, and I was at least going to try to reflect, and that's why I kept the Sid, is for the health. But no. And then at that point, it was just, no cabins either, so I had to exit to even, get my team.
I actually found cabins. I don't know where, but I found them.
I didn't go to, and I think I went to 3 shops. The shops are just such garbage in these flags.
They really are. I usually don't shop either, but I went to because I usually look for Curse Ring when I get underground, and while I'm here, I may as well check the item.
Did find that. I go to the armor shops, but I don't go to the item shop.
Well, all right, guys, thanks so much for the race tonight. Sorry I couldn't be a little bit closer, but it almost closed up at the end, right? That kind of
counts. Not bad. But yeah, it's all good. Yeah, GG Duke, and good luck to you, man.
Yeah, thank you, buddy. GG's.
All right, thanks, everyone.
And with that, I think we will throw us a big raid at Randomania 2, where another one of these bracket races is happening. So
more races.
Please go check that out.
Yeah, thanks for commentating and restreaming and all that fun stuff. Track, you guys are cool. All right, I'm gonna dip out. Bye.
Yep, no worries.
Bye.
Take care.